Check one, check two. We are live. I'm Terry Flip.
I'm Ariana Lee.
And today we are talking about the Seattle-Houston game. And I ranted about what went on as a noob, as someone new to the league, which is what they want. They want my eyeballs and dollars going towards them. And the credibility sort of...
Yeah, a little rant yesterday about them not letting Seattle play out the last 3 seconds.
2 or 3 seconds, yeah. ABC, the commentators from ABC were like, what's going on?
Yeah.
That just shows you where the power lies. That just shows you which direction the money is flowing. Because they would never do that in the NFL. They would never, because they want to keep the ad revenue. In fact, I hear that the ad revenue for every game, any XFL game goes straight to the network and nothing goes to the XFL. I guess that's what you got to do in the beginning, right? So here is a statement that the XFL made. Actually, this looks hard to read. I'll do that. Okay, so this is the XFL statement regarding the Seattle-Houston game. It says, Saturday's Seattle Dragons Houston Roughnecks game should not have ended as it did. Replays showed clearly that the knee of Houston quarterback P.J. Walker touched the field, rendering him down, and the fourth down play officially completed with approximately 2 seconds remaining on the clock. There was a bit more, actually.
I thought it was 3. Everybody was saying 3.
Well, where the ABC guy stopped it was.
Yeah.
Right? Effectively turning the ball over to Seattle on downs. With a 9-point differential in the score, Seattle was denied an opportunity to tie the game. Like I said, the XFL sincerely regrets this error. And this is the part. Check this out. In addition, Wes Booker, who served as officiating supervisor for Saturday's game, has been reassigned. Now, I'm putting the air quotes in there. They're not. This came out. I saw it. It's here on Twitter. Let me show a time. March 22nd. Okay. Anyway, the reason why I say 4D chess as per the thumbnail is because XFL has been... Ooh, sorry guys. Didn't mean to blow out your ears there. XFL has been nothing but stringent and trying their best to make the game as accurate as possible. And they keep pushing the whole rules. The thing is, they let this one slide.
Yeah, why? Right?
You see, I think, like I said, I think there's a bit of 4D chess going on here. I think what happened was this. I think long time ago, years, when they were doing their research, right? Their R&D, their marketing, they asked all the fans, what do you like most about the NFL or football in general? What do you hate the most out of football in general? Any other comments, etc. And I think what happened was, now this is just a conspiracy theory. I'm not saying this boat went down, but my conspiracy theory is that they had a lot of feedback regarding refs that throw themselves into the game. Now, I just learned what that meant in February.
So refs that throw themselves into the game.
So what I mean by that is this. Watching the Super Bowl with my fam, right? They didn't like it when refs were injecting themselves into the game. So in other words, the refs are going to be calling a game a certain way. And so in order for you to win, you have to beat the refs too. Because it's like, let's say the refs are making these really soft calls on stuff that should never happen. Some guy's, boom, his hand, back of his hand touched the face mask, just brisked the face mask. Right. You're not supposed to touch the face mask. Technically, that's a penalty. So now you got to go back 5 yards, and they could do that to whatever team they need to. So in order for you to win, in order for you to overcome that, you have to start throwing bombs, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. You know, in order to take the refs out of the game, like you have to beat them indefinitely.
Right.
Because refs can easily sway a game. We've seen it a million times, and they're human. They make mistakes, but you see, drama in the league is probably what the NFL needed because it just got so big. So that ends up so it's less about sport and more. Think of it this way: if you watch baseball, which I don't, to tell you the truth, but I watched highlights, tons of them, because whenever the highlight whenever they were showing highlights on Sports Center or whatever sports show I was watching, they would show where a ball was pitched within that square. Now, we have the technology and the accuracy not to just measure how fast a pitch is going, but where exactly it lands over the plate, if it's out or not.
Yeah.
They have the technology that steal signs. Houston, that's a funny one. I just found out about that, like how they did it, etc. Right? I didn't really keep up on it before, but anyways, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So we have the technology to see where pitches land. Mm-hmm. Baseball doesn't even use that with their umps for accuracy. Umps will say strike, and it won't be.
Oh.
Everyone will complain, but what are they going to do? Stop the game, review it. Baseball's slow enough as it is. I'm not the only one saying this. There are a lot of people that agree with me, and people don't want to change it because it's tradition, etc. I understand, but there's inaccuracies in baseball to this day, and that causes drama, therefore causing fans to get riled up.
Yeah.
And so games aren't being called fairly. And well, what are you going to do? Complain? And what do? Stop watching baseball? No.
You're just gonna complain.
You're just gonna complain. You feel crappy about it. And so I think that's one of the biggest complaints that in professional sports in general. The only sports that need to look for accuracy are sports that aren't as popular, like hockey. Mm-hmm. The NHL's big, don't get me wrong. But it could be bigger in the United States, and it's not.
Right.
And so they're trying to win on the front of accuracy.
Yeah.
And in this case, I think what the XFL is doing is they are going back to their data, and it's maybe some PR person or some black hat person or some sort of weird conspiracy guy who thinks of these things was probably like, no, wait, just let it go. Trust me, this is a good thing. And they're going, why? Because it's 2 seconds. If we let it go, tomorrow we can give a statement, and it'll make us look like heroes.
But do you think it made them look like heroes?
Well, if you look at this Twitter section, look at the comments. Such a W. NFL would never. NFL has nothing to do with this. But that's the first thing that people thought of. NFL can learn a lot from the XFL. Yep. About time a league did that. At least the XFL has the guts to admit when they made a horrible mistake. So NFL could learn from this. So look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
The NFL had nothing to do with this, but here they are mentioning the NFL.
Yeah.
It's working in their favor. They're looking like heroes on a mistake they made by saying sorry. Now, it is their first season. We're giving them a pass. But people are constantly comparing the XFL to the NFL.
Yeah, of course.
And so this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you're right. Like, based on those comments, it's like a positive.
There's a lot more comments there. You should see how many people are saying that.
Yeah.
And so I think that maybe they're playing a bit of 4D chess.
Yeah.
They probably the guy who said stop, let it go. Actually, you know what? He probably was. There are people out there who do anything to make good TV. You know what I mean? And so I think what's happened is before this even started, they were probably like, okay, look, this is a good thing. The Houston Roughnecks are coming up behind Seattle. Seattle's in the lead. This is really good. This is causing good TV. And then they're down by 9 points. Okay, great. Like some sort of tie capability. That's fine. Leave it. Just leave it. Trust me. This is a good thing. They probably thought about this whole apology thing just at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. And maybe they decided to make it into a PR thing.
Yeah.
And the reason why that is because it wasn't that detrimental.
True. Because most people are like, well, they probably wouldn't have come back, even though they technically could have. Maybe
anything can happen.
Yeah.
But it was such a low percentage play. I mean, think about it. Seattle was running out of gas. The momentum was definitely in Houston's side of the field.
Yeah.
They were just way too fast. What are they going to do? Everyone is sitting here arguing on the principle of it.
It's exactly.
And less about the we never know, we never know. If it was that even, we would be sitting here going, you never know. Seattle fans are going to be saying you never know. I've seen some people on Twitter do that, but I think that they decided to make this good TV.
Yeah, I could totally.
It's
see
a
that.
total conspiracy theory. Obviously, it's
but it could be.
It could be. That's just my thought on it. So,
Yeah.
I think it's weird. I think it's weird that that it went down like that, and that's twice. You know how DC all of a sudden is like 2-2.
That's weird.
Yes, it is very weird. So there's a game going on right now. We're not watching it. We should just catch the highlights of it, but we have to do a highlight video, reaction video of the game we missed yesterday. Unfortunately, it's not the score, but I do want to see the plays. Anyways, that's all for today. I'm Terry Flip.
Ariana Lee.
And we'll see you in our next video. Comment, like, subscribe. I guess that's what you have to say in the video, etc. So we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.